Hi guys, FrostFangs here, welcome back once again, of course, to another Paladins video. I'm playing some Raum today, giving him a proper sort of updated look for 2023, a big combo video. We got the builds here that have changed a bit, the skin that I like a lot and is one of my favourites, but I didn't really talk about it that much, and also his talents that were nerfed a bit because it has been way too long. I think the last video was in like 2022, midway through or something like that. I don't remember whenever the last time I actually probably played him. I think I did show off this skin when it came out, but yeah, it's been a little while, and for some reason they nerfed Subservience. This one kind of surprised me because it was actually the same for quite a while, because more people were picking it up, and it was kind of free healing because Enforcer and Earthsplitter are sort of mediocre, Subservience being slightly better than them and being a little bit more noticeable. I feel like the other two ended up, you know, taking the spotlight a bit. They decided to nerf it, and now it's, I think, more in line with the other two. The nerf, I think, actually made sense because now they're all kind of mediocre, whereas before this one was a little bit too good compared to these, and now they're all just sort of meh. None of them are that crazy. As for the builds, I have tweaked them a bit, but they're sort of based still on the same thing. Health, Shattered Essence there for the heal on the fragment, Void Lord there for the damage reduction, and then this one I think is the one that changed more because I removed the F distance on it and instead put Shattered Essence in here as well, just because it works in pretty much any scenario ever. And sadly the F-Sep just doesn't work that well anymore because people counter it pretty damn hard, and it's definitely more difficult. Even in the ideal situation, you're usually actually kind of better off going for a more standard sort of thing. I'll talk about the skin a little bit more as we go through, but I really do like it. It's turned into one of my favorites, although it does have a gameplay disadvantage for sure. Although I totally get it if it isn't your sort of thing. I don't like the recolor one anywhere near as much, just the Harlequin. I don't know if that's actually the recolor, I can't remember, but yeah, this color palette just looks sick. We got a Pip, we got a Ceres, a Ying, and a Grok. TDM Dragon Arena just to warm up a bit, I suppose. We're up against another Zin, a Sky, Drogo's Ying, and Vora. Don't know why I say another Zin, but we'll go for Earthsplitter and the sort of standard thing here without the F reset. It doesn't make sense to go for the healing setup just because we have the triple healer. This isn't the weapon from the skin, this is from like the Egyptian themed one I can't remember the name of. There goes Vora, pop the F, tap the Zin. I just liked, you know, Raum being played a bit differently with a healer focus, but it didn't really end up actually being played like that most of the time. It was just free healing and you played Raum normally, which isn't what I thought they were going for. And now they've nerfed it, it's actually just the same thing, but less effective, and you're still getting that passive healing throughout the game, which is maybe actually what they did want it to be, now that I think about it, especially after you consider the way they nerfed it. But that's not really what I was hoping they were going to do with it. I would really like to see them change it again to be like a much higher percentage, you know, compared to what it is now, but be like an aura that doesn't have unlimited range, so you actually have to kind of play around Raum, sort of like the Yagrath talent where you heal from being on the point, except, you know, it's Raum and he's got an aura around him, if you get what I mean. It like ticks up the more you're on him. But just to give you sort of a reason to play around your Raum instead of the way it works now, where you can kind of do your own thing as Raum, it doesn't really work any differently. This is a Mercy 2DM, but the team's actually playing quite grouped, but theirs isn't. I think it's just because we've got the triple support. I don't know if these guys are partied or not, but yeah, there's a lot of healing in this one. There's the Q, will go for the ult, Ying ulted, so kind of a waste. Ceres ult combo. Drogo's with the ult punching the Pip for some reason. Okay, we'll go for our ult here. They're all pretty much lined up. That is a massive ultimate. I don't really like Earthsplitter that much as a talent. I like the idea of being able to ult more, but it's just kind of bland for a talent, especially when you look at what other characters have, especially frontlines. I feel like they usually change them quite a bit. Earthsplitter is just kind of ult a little bit more often. It doesn't even feel like it massively increases it. If they made it so your ult was maybe weaker and didn't stun, but was like higher damage and faster regen or something like that, where it shifted your playstyle a bit other than just do the same thing a little bit more often, that would feel a little bit more interesting. That kind of goes back to what I said at the start, with all of his talents end up feeling kind of mid. There's a lot of room for really cool stuff to happen, and I do like Raum's kit a hell of a lot. He's one of my frontlines I kind of default to, as you may be able to have seen from my levels at the start of this video, I'm not sure. I play Raum quite a bit, and I like the F setup, but that doesn't really work these days that well. And now you're kind of just left with one way to play him, with like slight variations, if you get what I mean. Not to be too negative here though, because again, Raum's in a pretty good spot, to be honest. Definitely don't want to sound like I'm complaining, which I feel like I do quite a bit in my goddamn videos, but if they left Raum the way he is now, that would be perfectly fine. He's definitely not a character that needs to be changed, but I do see a lot of potential with him, and I would be interested to see maybe what they do with him in the future. A lot of his kit just feels really fun to play, you know, like the Q sort of power move, the F for the run. The ultimate feels great a lot of the time. It just doesn't feel like you're playing him that much differently if you go for Earthsplitter, or if you go for the F damage reduction, or if you go for Subservience. It's like just base Raum with like a 1 bonus in a different area, if that makes sense. Anyway, stats for game 1, we'll re-queue, do a second one. Not too much to say, we did quite well. Damage there is solid. I'm surprised we won it judging from the stats, because they had quite a bit of output, but it seems like we just out-healed them from the Quadra healer plus Raum setup, which is kind of disgusting for TDM now that I think about it. I thought we had 3, we have 4. Even though he's pretty linear, the way you play him still ends up feeling fine. It's not like Caspian where it's like a thing and a thing and a thing, and if you play him otherwise it kind of sucks. With Raum, the way he is played ends up feeling pretty satisfying, and the tweaks to it make enough of a difference where it doesn't feel too bad. I did queue for everything, but we got another TDM, and seems like we're in like a reverse Paladins today because we've got 3 supports. Seems like normally if I grab a tank in TDM I don't get that much help, but yeah, this time around we've had a lot of supports for the video, which is great. We'll do a game 3 and I'll play with all 3 of the talents this way. I can actually show each of them off. I think I forgot to say it in the first one, but the loading frame also perfectly matches the skin. It's obviously the same theme, but it looks great. The more I looked at the skin, the more I started to appreciate it. I still don't really like the red and like black texture they've put on some parts of it, which matches I think the Tyra skin. I can't remember who the character is that has that one, but that is the only part I don't like about it really. Going for Enforcer in this one, and then the F setup, we're going to hope that Genos doesn't grab us too much, but he hasn't gone for the cripple setup here, so we should be fine. Totemic Ward, Improvised, Extension Power, Cosmium, our Genos has for some reason, Opportunity Chaos Illuminate, Empowered. Can't remember how the interaction works with Genos. I'm pretty sure he can still grab us out of the thing, right? I'm just not sure if it cripples us. Obviously it doesn't cripple, but I'm not sure if he can still do the grab is what I'm trying to say. Let's see, we'll pop the F here in purpose in front of him. He jumped off the map. I can't do words, I said in purpose by the way. He just fell off and that really threw me off. Also, Torvald's silence can obviously counter me. Why didn't I remember that? I'm pretty sure I said it already in the first match, but this skin really does match the weapon. I don't know if that's intentional at all, if they even thought about it, but this sort of electric blue like theme with like the watery kind of effects, yeah, matches this sort of blue, and it looks sick. It makes Raum look so much different. Of course I'm going to like it. Hello Vivian, but that's honestly one of the biggest things for me when I look at the skin. I thought she was going to pop up a shield and she just didn't. Hello Genos, we can just shred in a TDM. Raum in TDM is honestly kind of horrible to go against, especially with a build that's actually, you know, sort of set up for this sort of dueling thing. If you're going for this sort of thing, you're honestly going to have a pretty easy time. We'll just go for the ult here. Sure, I think those guys go through Andrew reversal, right? Although, again, I haven't seen that interaction enough to fully remember why I'm actually popping it. We'll go for the F here. He's going to go for his ult, but it doesn't really matter. Tried to tap him, didn't do that, but we'll just shred through the Genos here. Can we finish him off? Trying to get the Q off and have silence. There we go. Don't remember exactly where I left off, but my main point that I'm trying to get across is that if the skin changes the character a lot, regardless of what game it is really, even in other games, it's kind of the same thing. That usually gets quite a lot of extra points for me, and this makes Raum look like a very different character, and the sort of arms on the side, definitely gone against it a couple times in game, and it must have just grown on me because right now I think it looks sick. I don't remember really having that much of a positive reception towards it earlier. My words today are just absolutely cooked. We'll go for the F. Andrew's ulting, went for full Cronus again. Torvald's going to ult, but we're in. We can actually knock him when he's charging that up, which is kind of weird. More shots. His silence doesn't really matter because we're Raum, especially with the removal of mid-air and accuracy. I feel like I play him a little bit more aggressively than usual, kind of just jumping around being annoying. Although I will say on some of the maps it can feel kind of rough on ones like this. And most of the maps, to be honest, you don't really need that extra distance because you're going to get CC'd out of it, or, you know, something else is going to happen. The damage reduction is kind of nice when you're initially running in or trying to leave, but most of the time I don't know if I'd go for this talent in the current way people play Paladins. It's just too CC heavy, too many counters, too much damage going on. Just feels like that 40% is not enough to keep you up if you really are being blasted, and if you're not getting hit that much, it doesn't even really matter. Does that make sense? Hopefully I got my point across there. I feel like that was a really jank way of explaining it, but yeah, Enforcer as a talent isn't the best. I think it used to be 60%. I might be misremembering though. Feels like it was above 40 at one point. There goes Vivian. You're still shredding as Raum, even, you know, without a talent essentially, if you're not using your F ever. That's the Torvald going for the ult. I went for mine too, which did hit I think 2 of them, but I'm dead. That was a penta, I think. That's a quadra. Is that a penta? It was a penta. That was a Torvald penta. I actually had to listen there to make sure that that was a 5-man. I don't know why we were all so grouped that he was actually able to pull it off. I did pop my ult because I thought he was going to do it, and I thought I'd get enough time to maybe counter that somehow, but seems like he actually just got a 5-man. I'm glad that's in the video. I'm not even mad about that, obviously. Kind of proud of him, to be honest. Seeing somebody do well with Torvald is always nice. There's the F damage reduction. Yeah, we're on 300 health. Got rid of 2 of them. We'll just tap the Kazumi there, run around a bit. It's a little bit more difficult to see in the F as well because of those sort of spikes you've got poking out the back of you, but Raum always does semi-decent, even if you're not outputting that much because you're just absorbing damage for the rest of your team and drawing attention away and stuff. But there, just like the first one, we did actually shred 1557k, highest in the game actually. We'll do one more and we'll play with the nerfed version of Subservience and try and play a little bit more tanky and see how much healing we can get. I don't know why I'm going full Chronos in all the games today. Are we going to have another TDM? No, a Siege this time around, so probably good that I left this one for last because it's probably going to be the most try-hard scenario, but it just crashed after loading in. You'll love to see it. What I was trying to say is that Subservience works really well here because we only have a few for the heals, or that Earthsplitter would have also been fine. Alright, reloaded back in. Seems like our Octavia also crashed because I saw her running in like really late. Either that or she just died super early. I don't know because yeah, the bot pushed me up, but they were all here, so that is a free cap for them, sort of. We'll just do a little bit of a lap here. Maybe get rid of somebody. There goes the Ying. Nice. Yeah, bit of a scuffed start to this one, but definitely not out of it here. Pop the Q here. Don't have any F reset, which is a bit of a shame. I probably should have gone for that here. I did just default and grab the health one, but that's because I thought I'd be playing as a tank, but the F would have actually been quite nice here. We're going to just bait that maybe. Thought I was going to get silence. There is a silence. I was trying to sort of run back up. That didn't work. It does seem like it might be a little bit too late here. We might have already lost the first round push, but I don't know. We're actually still in it. Zin got rid of the Ceres there. He also got rid of the Andro. Torvald's out. We can push in. I'm going to go around this way. That's a CC. Yeah, I guess the asset wouldn't have made sense for sure. Like I said, it was between going for the ult gen and the heal. I think the heal is better here. Ceres stun. We have Torvald silence. Charlene cripple. Yeah, too much stuff. I kind of need to ignore the F and play. It's like a sort of sentry character. I feel like we'll try and do something here. We're definitely, though, still in it. It might be a 0-4, but we're going to put up a fight for sure. Andrew's on 2 health. I don't know what's going on here. Why was he not cleared there? I don't know. We're going to queue. I go for the ult. I don't know. Finished off Andro. Nice. I could ult. I guess we're going to go for it. Sure, I was deciding between the Ceres and the Torvald. I went for him. I don't know if that was the right choice, but he should be out, right? There we go. If Torvald's out, I think we can stay on it just because they won't have enough damage to go through me, and we can maybe shred through them slowly. Trying to get rid of the Ceres here. My anti-heal is not enough, though. Fury for the ult. Ceres is just sticking on it. She's here. We'll finish her off. She's going for her ult, which she's genned since this goddamn overtime. More ticks on her. Yeah, the cauterizer is just not enough. Ying is nearly gone. She is eventually out. Her damage is just kind of ignorable, though, from us. And there we go. There's the 1-1. I'm a little bit surprised we were able to hold that, to be honest. We did kind of lose the cap for free because I DC'd, but yeah, Fury went for a damage talent here, surprisingly. I thought she would have gone for like a full heal thing, maybe even the beam heal, considering I'm a Raum. Although Cherish would have probably been the better choice. I'm going to try and play the point, especially if I'm in the Octavia thing. That was a cheeky Torvald ultimate. It's been a minute since I've seen somebody try and do that with Torv. But okay, it didn't work, so we're fine. Just about managed to stop that from happening. Pop the F, going to try and play the ankles a little bit. That's a stun. Okay, cool. We'll go for the ult. Never mind. Would probably be a bad idea here, especially after he silenced me. I think we can just survive and duel him. Same with the ults, another stun. I'm nearly dead. There's a Q, big heal for the team. I really do like Subservience. Even at 1.5%, it does still feel pretty damn nice. It feels much better than just not having any sort of, team support at all. Turn around on him. I just missed that entirely. There's the F. There's a tap. That's a silence. There's a Q. Right click. Just get some burst on him. He is still here, I think. Just playing kind of weird. Maybe that's because I, wasn't here for the first cap. He was doing that before. I don't know. Charlene's here. We're getting some heals for the team. Just trying to be a damage sponge. Just kind of your role as Raum. Well done, team, though. These guys are putting in work. There's a Q. She's in the F. We can push up. I should definitely be the front man here for the team. I should not let these guys get pushed up without me being sort of there to annoy the enemies. Definitely with the Zin going in as hard as he is. There's a Q. Try and time it with his Billow is actually kind of important. The normal heals on it definitely aren't too crazy, but when you're giving that sort of buff with the Q, if you time it with the immunity, it does work out quite nicely. That was a really weird combo, by the way, with the Ceres ultimate and Torvald. I wasn't going to comment on it, but then I realized he just completely messed up that play for them. There's a Q. Do I go for the ult here? Yeah, we'll pop it. Sure, might be able to get rid of the Ying, right? Okay, never mind. I got stunned. That was really badly timed. I need to grab Resilience because that CC is just too much. Also helps with the Torvald. This is a perfect item set, to be honest. I could go for Nimble. It would be kind of nice, but the Resilience is definitely more useful because we just completely counter the Ceres stun. We counter the Torvald. Ultimate Cauterizer is now starting to actually finally make a difference on that Ceres, and you can't just play for free. Just pushing up here, being kind of annoying, popping that Q as much as we can. Ying is gone. Veteran, Haven, Chronos, definitely this set here though with Resilience as well. I'm on 19 health. Jesus Christ. I'm pushing up as much as I can and nearly getting these plays to work. I feel like that was really close to going in our favor, but there we go. There is the 2-2, but there we go. There is the 2-2. I think I need to play around our Zin and our Victor a little bit more. Octavia, I think, is kind of doing our own thing, but it's actually going quite well. I think we've got Resilience going now. We're actually able to sort of fight without being CC'd all the time, and we're going to tank a ton in this one for sure. We've already done that a lot. Seems like I'm having the weird, ping issues that happen all the time, at least on EU, with the servers kind of bouncing between like 50 ping and 200. There's the Q. That didn't give me seemingly that much of a heal, but we are still on it here tanking a lot. I'm going to pop the F out of that CC pretty quick. We're going to run around left. Fury with the ult, trying to push up here with the team, help out the Zin, but it seems like they're all out. Yeah, did not happen there with that big heal. That's Ceres just on the bottom. Andrew with the ult. Andrew actually just cleared both. He's going to pop up his reversal. That's fine. I'm just going to hold on this for a little minute here. I'm going to stay away from the Torvald doing that play, which I kind of expected. He did it once. He's going to try and do it again for sure. We can run back on here. That's a silence. That's annoying. I don't know why I did that, to be honest. I thought more people were with me. I thought there was at least 2 on the back. That's tough. We're going to run in, try and do that again. I'm going to drop a group up. Ceres is just honestly causing a mess right now on the team. That's a Victor thing just glitched on the point. I am on it here. There's a Q. There's an F as well. It's not going to go off. Yeah, we're dead. We did trigger the overtime. I don't know if that was even really worth doing. I probably should have just left it. I don't know why we're playing so weirdly split up now. I feel like we were doing really well on the push and the cap the second round, and now it's all falling apart a bit. Don't know if I could probably tell you where the weak link is. I would assume that it's like the Fury struggling with the heals, but I don't know if the damages are doing like a crazy good job or not. I feel like Zin is putting in work for sure. I think Ceres on their side is the strongest unit for sure. But yeah, I don't know what's really going wrong on our side. We'll Q. Try and keep him up. Hello, Andrew, I'm behind you, by the way. He's just gone. Okay, never mind. Torvald shield and Ceres heal. Just enough. Everything. Okay, pop the F here. Just try and run in to be like disruptive. He's in his planted, but that's fine. He's shredded. I feel like when we actually combo, we combo really hard, but a lot of it is just jank. Their Torvald is doing also quite well, just being a bullet sponge. I don't think he's actually outputting that much. He is gone. There we go. We definitely still can win this one. Just getting some little pepper shots down there. There's a Q, which is kind of delaying them. To be honest, we're not really trying to win a fight at this sort of range. You're just kind of peppering them with a bit of damage to annoy them, maybe hold them off a bit, give them a little bit of time. Obviously, if you can clear them, that's kind of nice. We'll try and help out the Xin. Never mind. Andrew running up here on the Victor. That reaction time, my man. I'm going to try and cover him, but I don't know if he's going to get away here. We are giving him some little heals. Ceres with the ult will try and annoy her a bit. I could drop down, but that wouldn't body block anything there for sure. He is nearly gone. Fury ult, try and kill Torvald. That would be a big deal here. Okay, we're going to try and F away. That's a CC. Andrew, he's low. I'm going to just run in here. I'm the last one up. What am I doing? What is the plan here? I know we're going to Q. I don't have any F reset. It wouldn't really help me, to be honest, because again, just trying to pull him off the point. I don't know how that went so badly, and I was like 1v5 there. Okay, I did try and do some in. The Victor got rid of the Ink, so that's pretty good. The Fury got rid of the Charlene too. We'll grab more Chronos. I'm just trying to, you know, be annoying, be tanky. Tavia with the ult, she's really low. Get some shots on him here. There's a Q. That's fine. We have enough resilience. We can just deal with that. It's going to sit on it. Right click up. We do have a little bit of a shield on that, which is why I pop it, by the way. It's only 100, but does add up over the course of a game. She's gone. There's a Q. Definitely kind of hate that I had to buy resilience here. Was definitely a necessary item, but still aid our Haven veteran. I'm sort of also relegated to playing the turret playstyle. I'm trying to play aggressively. We do have a few speed buffs, it feels like, on our team, because I don't feel that slow. Don't know really what's going on, but there's the Q. Big heal for the team. Ceres with the ult. We're going to go for Az just kind of here. That was, oh my god, absolutely terrible. What am I doing? I feel like they actually forgot about me there, but that was an absolutely terrible ult. I tried to change direction at like the last second from right to left, and I didn't have enough of an angle for that to actually work. That might be the worst ult ever on the channel. At least top 3 or 4. Ceres pushed around right. We're running around left. There's a couple of them with us here, but yeah, currently I don't feel crazy tanky, and I also don't feel like I'm really outputting that much. I just feel like a bit of an awkward character right now. On Raum is a right click for a tiny shield. I'm dead. Yeah, we're not able to hold that for sure. I think that was Xin trying to run in. There we go. There's the 3-4 to them. Well-deserved win for sure. On their side, they played better. Their Ceres was a menace in that match, and overall, they played better as a team. We had a few moments for sure. We put up a really good fight for it, but they were the better, you know, composition for sure. Honestly, really happy with how we did there, considering especially I wasn't there for the first round, but 65k damage is fine. Definitely not anything ridiculous, but we were also shooting into the 12-volt shield a lot. 25k healing, though, is actually more than our Furia, and nearly as much as their Ceres. Subservience definitely worked there, and I think if our Furia went for like a healer setup and less of like this damage focused thing, we could have had that in the bag. So we kind of had 3 out of 4 or 5 that we needed for that to really work, but they shredded Charlene doing his own sort of weird thing, but Andrew, star of the show there for sure. Same with the Ceres, both were putting in insane work. Ying wasn't that crazy. I think Zim was also going after her quite well. And then Torvald doing his tanky thing. And yeah, overall a fantastic showcase for him. We played all 3 of the talents like I was sort of hoping to there, showed off the builds. I got pretty much everything out I wanted to sort of say in this video. So thank you so much for watching. Yeah, leave a like if you enjoyed. Let me know what you want to see me do next. I'll see you guys all really, really soon. Thank you once again so much for watching all the way to the end. I really do appreciate you. And as always, stay frosty.